Shock, disgust and anger. Three emotions that every Indian should feel today. I'm sure you know why. A video has emerged from the state of Manipur. We can't show the entire clip on television. It's that brutal and horrifying. But these are some of the screen grabs. Before we move on, I must warn you, this story is violent and triggering. It will make you flinch. It will make you nauseous. It will also make you angry, so brace yourself. The video shows two women being paraded naked by a mob of men. Both of them belong to the Kuki community. They're a tribal minority in Manipur. One is in her 20s, the other in her 40s. You can see the men dragging these women into a nearby field. Both of them were groped and molested. One was also gang raped. All of this happened in broad daylight. It happened on the 4th of May. That's almost 76 days ago. Did these women file a police complaint? Yes, they did. A complaint was filed on the 18th of May, but nothing happened. The state government and the police did absolutely nothing. They pretended like nothing happened. So what has changed now? Well, on Wednesday, the video of this incident leaked. Everyone saw it on social media. It was only then that the Manipur government decided to act. Let me repeat that. The police ignored this brutal crime for almost 70 days, 7-0. But when the video emerged, they sprung into action. This is not justice. This is forced afterthought. Around 25 men were part of that mob. One of them has been arrested. The Chief Minister of the state, Biren Singh, has promised strict action. He says even capital punishment is on the table. Strong words, but too late. Take a look at the Chief Minister's statement. He says the police took suo motu cognizance of the incident, meaning nobody complained, the police acted on their own. That's what he's saying, except they did not. These women had complained 2 months back. But instead of helping them, the police ignored them. And let's be clear here, the state government has nowhere to hide. The two survivors have spoken to multiple news agencies. They say the police actively helped the mob. Let me quote what they said. The police were there with the mob, which was attacking our village. The police picked us up from near our home and took us a little away from the village and left us on the road with the mob. We were given to them by the police. So much for suo motu cognizance. The police complaint has a different version altogether. It says the mob abducted these women from police custody. Either way, it is a national shame. The state government of Manipur has lost the plot. I'm afraid there is no other way to put it. The state has been burning since the month of May. We've explained this story before. Two communities are locked in a violent standoff, the majority Meiteis and the minority Kukis. They have multiple issues with each other, like land ownership, job quotas, migration. Is it complicated? Yes, it is. But if you can't solve those complications, why are you in government? Why should people trust you? Just look at what's happened in the last 76 days. Around 140 people dead, more than 40,000 people displaced, and more than 1,700 houses destroyed. Mobs have descended on villages and burnt them to the ground. That's what happened to these women as well. Their village was attacked by a mob. They were hoping to find shelter when they were assaulted. Our hearts go out to them. You have to admire their courage for speaking out after all that happened. But here's my question. What can we as a country do for them? I know there will be an outpouring of support. Even the Prime Minister has spoken out. He says this incident is an insult to humanity. Listen to what he said.
आज जब मैं आपके बीच आया हूं, इस लोकतंत्र के मंदिर के पास खड़ा हूं, तब मेरा हृदय पीड़ा से भरा हुआ है, क्रोध से भरा हुआ है। मणिपुर की जो घटना सामने आई है, किसी भी सभ्य समाज के लिए ये शर्मसार करने वाली घटना है। पाप करने वाले, गुनाह करने वाले कितने हैं, कौन है, वो अपनी जगह पे है, लेकिन बेइज्जती पूरे देश की हो रही है। 140 करोड़ देशवासियों को शर्मसार होना पड़ रहा है।
Words are important, actions even more. We need accountability for what has happened to these women in Manipur, for all the death, destruction and chaos. Heads must roll. Perhaps the Chief Minister should lead the way. He has no excuses for his failures. Mr. Biren Singh is a BJP Chief Minister. It's the same party at the centre and in the state, so you can't blame lack of federal support. You can't keep blaming historical fault lines either. Top Manipur officials should take responsibility. They should resign and make way for more competent ones. If not, all this outrage will be pointless. India's opposition parties have also accused the centre of not acting faster. They're demanding a discussion in parliament. Today, both houses were adjourned after a ruckus over Manipur. The opposition wants a debate. The centre won't commit to it. Even the Supreme Court of India has taken note of this video. The Chief Justice has given an ultimatum to the government. Either arrest the culprits or step aside. This is clearly a watershed moment in Manipur and India's history. Arresting the culprits should be the first priority, but that alone will not be enough. Manipur's top leadership needs to go. The violence and destruction must stop, because right now the situation is even more precarious. Who knows how many such incidents have happened since May? This one took 76 days to come out, so maybe there are other survivors too. Plus, you can never rule out retaliation. Such incidents inevitably trigger a violent reaction, so the government's priority is to prevent that. And if you can't get the job done, step aside. Because the point of democracy is not to vote once in every 5 years and forget. It's about constant accountability.